Hi guys, welcome back to In Case of Econ Struggles. Welcome to another exporting results struggle. Today I'm showing you how to add additional information to your regression table using stout or stab. And so what I want to focus on today is I want to focus on adding the number of groups or the number of clusters in your scalars in your regression table output. This is really useful first if you're using cluster robust standard errors. You can report the number of clusters super easily in addition to your observation count. The other thing that's helpful is say that you are doing something like you have data from a bunch of states and it's at the individual year level, but you also want to report how many states that you have. You can use the same code to report the number of states or the number of distinct individuals, which might be helpful to your reader and might be helpful in conveying the data that you're talking about. So this is the table we're going to make. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into the Stata code. So again, here's the Stata code on the left. I'm just going to blow it up a little so it's easier to read. And what I'm going to do is I'm once again just going to read in this auto data. The only thing that's different this time is I want to do a cluster robust standard errors by brand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this make variable into the 3 different words. And I'm going to call the first word the brand. So if I do that, and if I just go through these 4 steps, and I just say something like tab brand 1, what I'm going to see is this is the brand of the car. And notice that I've done this egen command called tag. What this tag is going to do is it's only going to give an observation a 1 if it's the first observation with that value of brand. So if I go in and I say browse brand 1 and brand group, what you're going to see is that when I open the data and I pull it over from my other screen, notice that again, the only time this brand group gets a 1 is when it's the first observation for a unique brand. This is really useful because then I can just sum up this variable for all the observations in my regression. That'll tell me how many groups, how many clusters I have, and you'll see that as we go forward. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to define my notes. Then I'm going to do this regression exactly like we've done before. The only difference is I'm doing cluster robust standard errors by brand. And what I'm going to do, and once again, I'm going to sum the dependent variable if sample. I'm going to take the mean and the standard deviation just so it's sort of similar to that table we saw in the last video. Then I'm going to do the same thing for brand group. I'm going to add in this sample just to make sure we're super consistent with everything that's happening. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to return list. The reason why I'm going to return list is you're going to see that one of the options is this sum. And you can see that the sum says I have 22. Which means that I have 22 different brands in my regression, and I'm going to call that scalar BG, which is the RF sum. And when I go down and I put that scalar into my scalar list, I'm going to call that number of clusters or n dot clusters. So now it's all set. I'll just save this code. I'll do a full rerun. Per usual, this code will be in the comments below. And what you're going to see if I pop open this LaTeX file real quick is you're going to see that I've got the number of clusters at 22, which changed from 23 because I added the sample portion, and now this table is correct and it's all ready to go. So if you got any questions on how I did this or something didn't make sense, leave a comment below, but also leave a comment if it was helpful. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time for another case of Econ Struggles.